So hi friends, in today's video I'm going to show how you can read the and write the file which is in Parquet format. Okay, so what are the changes we need to do while reading and writing the data into the Parquet format? So for working with that, I have the some sample data which is already I have created over here. Okay, I will be able to simply copy paste that first of all that one. Oh, sorry for that, it didn't get copied properly. What I can do, I can be able to copy this data. Okay, so this is the one data which we have created. Okay, so see the data is successfully created, and for this data what we are going to do, we are going to specify the column names also. So these are the some of the commands which is available into the scalar: first name, middle name, last name, date of birth, gender and salary. And this command is used to basically to get the some implicit variables which is specified into the Spark. So once it is done, what we are going to do now, we are going to read the data and we are going to write the data from the SDFS. Okay, so how we are going to read and write the data from the SDFS? So just now we have already read data which is present over here, right? We are already have read the data and we have one of the data frames available over here. Inside that we have these many data labels. What we can do now, how we are going to write this data into the SDFS. So this DFS dot write, write will be the method or the API we have to use. Write dot, in which format we are going to write. So now we are going to write the data into the Parquet format. Okay, later on in the other video I am going to tell you what actually the Parquet format is and how it is different from the other format. So for time being I'm telling you simply how we are going to write the data using the Parquet format. So this is the syntax. Okay, and where you want to read or write it, either you can write into the local file system or you can write into the some other file systems. Okay, so let me write this data into the SDFS itself. So in the output directory, and I'll writing the data, the demo dot, I'm giving the name as the Parquet, demo dot Parquet. You can give any name. So this is how demo dot Parquet will be the file which will be present at SDFS once it is going to read this data and write over there. So here we'll refresh it and we will see some demo dot Parquet. Okay, so you can see this data is already in the Parquet format. Okay, and by default when the data is of the huge size and whenever you are writing, it will write the data into this with the snappy compression. Okay, if you wish you can specify also. If you are not specifying, then also by default it will take the snappy compression. We have the other compressions like the gzip that we will cover into the next video. So here what we did, we have read the data. Okay, and we need to verify now. Okay, so how we are going to verify the data what we have written just now into the Parquet format? So spark dot read dot Parquet, we need to specify, yeah, correct, Parquet, and the location where that data is present. So in our case, this is the location where the data is present. Okay, so Parquet. I'm not specifying from which file it should read currently. So what I'm simply giving the directory name. Let's see what it is showing to us. So it is saying data has successfully read. Okay, so here what it did, it is showing the data from 1, 2, 3 and 4, all the different files together only you can see here. Okay, so this is the data which is already present into the different file format. If you wish, now what you can do, you can make use of the single file and see what the data it is present over there. Okay, so how we can do it? So simply after this Parquet, you need to append that file name. Okay, then we'll see what is the data present inside this one. So here it is present only one data. Like that, it is having here the four different files, means it will have the different four different columns. Okay, if you wish, we can able to cross verify each and everything, where the data is more, where data is less. Okay, so let me give the second line also, and we'll see what is the data, how many columns. So it is also having one column. Okay, what we can do, we can try with the third one. Okay, so parquet, and this is the third file name. We'll see how many data row is present. Here also one row is present. Okay, we have left with the one final one. So just copy the name, and here you can see the remaining two files, two row are present into the last file. It doesn't guarantee which file will come first, which file will come last. Okay, if you see the in the first file, it is showing this Vikram. Okay, but here this Vikram in the whole overall where it read it from the directory, not from the file, it is showing in the second. So there is no need to worry, but this is the way how we are going to read and write the data into the Parquet format. Okay, and there may be a chances that in this Parquet format we are going to make use of the some partitioning concept over here. Okay, so how we are going to make use of the partitions that we are now going to see. Okay, so what we have to make use over here now. So just show all the data where it is present. So this is the data frame where all the data is present. Okay, this is the DF is the data frame where all the data is present. What we can do now? What are the syntax by which we can perform the some SQL query on this? Okay, so how we can perform the some SQL query on this one? So just put the syntax. Syntax is not so much difficult over here, and df dot hit enter. Okay, so here you will get lot of the means API available to this one. So we need to choose the appropriate API. So we have one API that is known as create or replace temp view. Means this API is going to create the temporary view of your data frame. So once you select this one, what you can do, you need to give one name over here for this. Okay, so how you can give the name? You can give any name over here. Okay, there is no need to give any specific name, but for the understanding, we are giving the name like the Parquet table. You can give name according to your convenience. Now by this temp view, and Parquet table will be the temporary view which is going to be created for that one. Okay, now the Parquet table is the table from where we have to read the data. Okay, so how we are going to read now? By making use of the SQL queries over here. Spark already supports the SQL query, so how we can read it? This one, and we are reading the Parquet file. Okay, so like this we can provide the name, we can provide any name. Okay, this is simply the name. So how we are going to read it now? So we know that we have the Spark variable already available. Okay, so a Spark dot, now we need to read see some of the API which will help us to read that file into the SQL format, and here we can see we have the SQL. So a spark.sql dot again SQL, and if you see want to see the syntax, how we can do. So this is the syntax, and we need to specify over here. Okay, so what SQL query now you want to execute, that you have to write over here, like this one, select star from. Okay, and from where you want to select. So you want to select from this table. And this is now the table name. Okay, so we have created all this one only, parquet table. We need to specify parquet table over here. So if you give this one, okay, it will list all the things, right? But we want to provide certain criteria, condition where we have to execute. So in this data, as you can see, it is having the first name, middle name, last name, date of birth, then the salary. Okay, so we will provide some of the condition based on the gender, some of the conditions based on the salary, to make use of the partitions over there. So how we are going to provide the partitions into this one? So we'll provide select a star from the parquet table, where then where salary should be greater than 40,000. Okay, not 40,000, 4,000, or we can greater than equal to, we can provide it. Okay, so once this is the condition, first we will execute this one. It is taking some time to read the data from that temporary view what we have created. So it is showing it has read the data. How we are going to verify that one? So we need to make use of some of the available API. Okay, so Spark SQL is the data frame now, which we have given, right? Dot, we need to hit tab. It will list the available API, and how yeah, so is also available. So we will make use of this. So and you can see that this SQL query has worked successfully, and it is listing only the employee whose salary is greater than equal to 40,000. Okay, if you see the whole, it is having, someone is having the 30,000 also, some is without salary also. So that is not listed over here. It means our SQL query is successfully working on that one. Okay, now what we can do, so this is how we have read it through the Spark SQL using the. Now what we can do, we can perform the partitioning operation on this Parquet file. So how we are going to perform that partitioning operation? What is the way? Okay, so where is our data? Our data is present into, original data is present into this DF, right? DF data frame. Now we will try to write that DF using available API with the sum of the partitions. So df dot write, and here we need to see what are the partition API available. So here it is having the partition Y. Okay, now what we can do, we can specify some of the condition, on what conditions the partition can be done. Okay, so first we will try to specify the conditions like gender, right? We have this gender over here, so we can either make the partition based on the gender, or if you wish, you can provide some of the more partitions also, right? So how we can provide second partitions by salary, not a single. We will provide give the two partitions over there. Now in which format you want to write your data? So I want to again write the data into the Parquet format only. Okay, Parquet format, and where you want to write. So this time I am trying to write the data into the first write the data into the SDFS first, and then we'll write into some other location. Data output. Okay, and we'll write these data output directory, and we'll give the name as a partitioned dot parquet. So we can easily get that name. By name only we can identify, and it is showing it has successfully data is written into the, where is that partition parquet? Yeah, this is the location where the data has been written, and you can see it has created the two partitions by gender, male and female. Okay, if you just click on this one, female, again there is a salary. Okay, so if you look over here, let me click on this one. If you look over here, the first value whatever you have provided will be your first partition. Inside that, this will be the second partition. Okay, so you can see here the first partition is the gender equal to female or male, and then second is the salary equal to what you want to give it. So this is how, if you wish, you can cross verify by reading the data, or it's your choice, right? Let me try to read it. Okay, so spark dot read dot parquet, and we need to specify the location. So in our case, that location, first we need to go to this path itself with the SDFS command. So first we need to copy this SDFS output, and in the output what it is showing, parquet. Okay, so up to this we need to go, first we need to go over here, and then after, where we have to go, we have to go to parquet. After parquet we need to provide this condition also. Okay, and inside that we have this file with the snappy compression. So df5.show, hit enter, and this is the only one female employee as per the condition. The gender should be female and salary should be greater than equal to 40. So this is the Maria is the only one from this list, female candidate. You can see cross verify from here also. Maria is the only female candidate whose salary is greater than equal to 40,000. So this is how we can read and write the data in the Parquet format provided by the some partitioning condition on that one, along with the, by making use of the Spark SQL by creating the temporary view of the particular data frame. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you have further any query, just put some comment on my video. I will be able to help to you.